Hello you guys, namaste, this is me Diara, welcome to my channel, welcome to your monthly reading. This is your oracle for February 2020. Also, this can be a timeless message more or less, so if you will find this reading at any other time, let's say in autumn or winter, probably maybe even a year later than I uploaded this video, still it could be that this message is for you. Okay, so just open yourself, be willing to receive whatever it is that Spirit wants to share with you today. And thank you also for sharing, liking and subscribing. Probably you feel like you want to follow me on Instagram. Yeah, thank you for everyone who's supporting me in whatsoever way. I really appreciate that. I mean, this is why I'm doing these readings, so we can create a community here. Which brings me already to the collective energy. Sometimes when I do these readings, not always, but sometimes I feel like there is an overall message for everyone. So regardless of the individual piles, which are 3 today's again, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so feel free to choose your message already while I'm speaking, right? Once again, this is going to be pile number 1, the candle. This is going to be pile number 2, and this is going to be pile number 3 later on, the feather, right? But there is one overall message, okay? So the overall message for everyone in this moment is unity. So I feel like we are searching for unity. We are searching for our tribe. I think this is playing a major factor for the next few weeks. You know, like this longing for community, right? It's easy as that. There's actually not so much to say about it. It's just like if you feel like within the next few weeks that you really want to throw yourself out there, that you really want to socialize yourself, or maybe you feel like you want to call someone that you haven't been talking to for years, like someone from school, or maybe, I don't know, whatever. This is just because of the current energy, okay? This is what's going on for the collective, especially if you came to this reading. I mean, nothing happens for no reason, right? I don't really believe in coincidences. I do believe that there is a reason for almost everything. I mean, also the little small things, right, that you probably do oversee sometimes. I think there's a reason for almost everything, and there's a reason why you came to this reading, and there's a reason why you feel this longing for clarity and unity and community, right? Looking for your soul tribe, looking for people who are like-minded, people who understand you, people who do appreciate you. This is the collective energy, and now let's move on to the individual piles, okay? Let's start with the first one, which is the candle. So if you have chosen the candle pile, what's going to happen in February 2020 or whenever you find this reading? So for you, I do have indeed a love message, pile number 1. So this is the pile where I do see the potential for romance and a love relationship. Okay, what I do have for you is the King of Wands. I do have the Soulmate card, Trust and Patience, and Wholeness. So if you're asking me, I feel like you really, really have the chance to get to know someone who's your soulmate, who's a member of your soul family. There are different definitions when it comes to these two words. Some say that twin flame is the one that we are looking for and the one that we will end up with. You know what I mean? And for some others, it's more like the soulmate. Like the soulmate, your soulmate is your number 1 person, the one that you are searching for, right? And the one that you will end up with, you will build a family with, you know, like you will marry, you will have children with probably. So there's a little bit the difficulty when it comes to the correct definition. So don't you feel triggered or irritated in whatsoever way. For me, and also in this deck here, I don't know from whom is that deck anyways. Well, this is a very popular, famous deck. And the definition in this deck, since there is no twin flame card in this deck, by the way, if you happen to notice that, is that the one that you are waiting for, right? The one that you are supposed to meet one day is your soulmate. Okay, so when it comes to this deck and this reading, when I use the word soulmate, I'm talking about your Mr. Right, your Mrs. Right, okay? Mr. Big, Mr. Darcy, however you want to call it, your future husband, so to say. And this husband or wife, probably, it depends, you know, it's not gender specific, is represented by the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very self-aware, confident person, someone who established already something when it comes to career, finances, money, prestige, status, if you know what I mean. This is someone who looks very, very secure, very successful from the outside, and he is. This is a successful person. This is probably even someone who's a little bit popular, you know, like in your area, in your society, maybe not worldwide. I mean, who is worldwide popular, right? But, you know, like you can break it down to your own individual situation. And the funny thing with the King of Wands is that although they look like they could have everyone, they are very grounded in the inside, okay? This is someone, yes, maybe they could have everyone. They could have 100 different women if they wanted, but they don't want to. They are very conservative, do you say it like that? Old school, you know, like old fashioned. This is how they are. They look maybe very glamorous and outgoing from the outside, and this is a part of them. Yes, it is, right? This is also what led them to their success, but in the inside, another part of them is to be very old-fashioned and grounded and stable. And this is a very beautiful card to get. This is someone who's creative, you know, like someone who has a lot of passion, right? This is a goal-getter, a man of action, a woman of action. Again, not gender-specific, right? This is someone who really, they have goals, they have dreams, and they stick to them until they reach them. And this is what I like about this person. Could be a fire sign, obviously, right? Since it's fire, so it could be that this is a Leo, a Sag, or whatever. Not necessarily. Maybe it's just something that's in their character. You know, it's just, yeah, you are who you are, regardless of your zodiac sign, right? Trust the universe that they will bring you to this person, okay? Have a little bit more patience, probably, okay? Maybe now that you've heard this message, maybe you are, you know, like start to be overexcited and you will go out and search for them literally. You don't have to search for this person. They will be brought into your life, okay? You don't have to do something in order to get to know this person. You know, like if it's meant to be, it will be. This is what I believe in. This is why I'm a spiritual coach as well, because this is something that I truly, truly believe in. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Some things happen, right? And you don't have a clue why they even happened. And some things, on the other hand side, they never happened, although you probably tried everything in order to make them happen. You know what I mean? This is how life goes. You don't have everything in your own hand. And this is why it's so important for you, pile number one, to trust, to have faith, to not lose hope, and also to have patience. Okay? Have patience. The wholeness card to me is in correlation, you know, like to the other three cards, a sign that you are now stepping into your own wholeness, okay? You will finally get the right answers. You know, you will finally meet the right people, your soul tribe. You will finally, you know, like bring all the little pieces of the puzzle together, so to say, if you know what I mean. You know, you will finally see the whole picture, the whole picture. Not only fragments, not only the individual pieces that are probably not making sense in the first place, but now you will level up, you know, like you will kind of accelerate to a higher level where you will change your perspective. Let's get a final oracle card for you, pile number 1, about February and the next few weeks. Flexibility. Probably the number 19 is going to play a role. Maybe it's the day or something else. I don't know. Maybe it could be also the hour, right? Universe is calling you to be flexible, okay? Straightforward, just on point. Be flexible, stay open, okay? Have trust, have faith. Be patient, right? Rome wasn't built in a night, in a day. This is how it is. But you can have this encounter and you can meet this person. You're Mr. Darcy. You're Mrs. Right. You know, like the one that is supposed to be with you. Okay, just be flexible enough so you don't miss this person. Because sometimes, you know, we have a certain person in mind, right? We have a crush on someone, or we think that, yeah, it has to be Bob, it has to be Alex, it has to be Stephanie, right? And we are very convinced and we are trying to understand every message that's being brought to us just in this way. You know what I mean? This is happening to all of us. It happens to me, it happens to everyone out there, right? But, you know, like universe is calling you to be flexible enough, because sometimes it's not Bob, because probably it's not Stephanie, you know, you don't know who it is. This is the miracle of life, right? Probably it's going to be someone completely different, maybe even someone that you don't even know yet, right? Who is turning out to be your true soulmate. Who knows? Okay, so stay open, open up yourself, and always have the whole picture in mind. Okay, maybe Stephanie, Bob, Alex, or whoever was just someone on your way, you know, like a milestone, someone that you could learn a lot of from, but who is at the end of the day not meant to be the one for you. You know, like they maybe have a major role and a very important duty, you know, like they have been brought to you for a reason, but it doesn't mean that this is the one that you are going to end up with. This is probably the weirdest part when you do get guidance online, because sometimes the message is being misunderstood. Right? Sometimes the message is being misunderstood. And, well, this is what's happening. It is how it is, right? You can't change it. You can only try to be as objective as possible and to take everything with a grain of salt, right? This is the only thing that you can do about it. So this is it, pile number 1. Let's move on now to pile number 2, people. So if you have chosen this little, well, what is that? A flower, you know, like this white origami or whatever you want to call it. What's happening for you in February 2020? What's happening? What can you expect to happen? The wound, the broken heart, healing family issues, free yourself, 8 of Wands. I feel like this is a time where you will finally deal with your wounds and where you will finally be willing to face your wounds and to heal family issues. This can be traumata from the past, you know, like inner child things, issues. You will free yourself for sure. I do see that. Probably you will step out of a period where you have been grieving a lot, where you have been depressed, where you have been dealing with toxic energies, toxic people, places, situation, whatever. Obviously, your heart has been broken, right? And this is what you will be dealing with in February, okay? This is your major thing. This is your main message, okay, for February. You will be dealing with your broken heart. You will be dealing with all your patterns and habits and everything that you probably suppressed a little bit in the past because you were not ready yet to deal with it, okay? Which is nothing that you have to be ashamed for, okay? Sometimes we're just not ready to face the wound and to face all the problems and, you know, like us being probably a little bit weird or awkward or us being sad and depressed, you know, this is maybe, you know, like the shadow sides of ourselves. This is not so easy to face those shadow sides and to deal with them and also to accept them, right? But you know what? Where there is light, there's always also darkness. This is how it is, right? So you are a wonderful human being, okay? You don't have to hide yourself. You don't even need to compare yourself with others, right? You are perfectly imperfect the way you are. And this is okay. This is perfectly okay, okay? So don't you feel under pressure? Don't you feel like, you have to achieve something because other people are telling you so, you know, like I'm talking about other people's expectations here. You will free yourself from all those things, whatever that is, okay? I don't know. I think it's very personal for everyone. You will finally deal with it for good, okay? You will finally get back the control over your own life, which is a beautiful thing, which is so awesome, right? So you can really look forward. Yes, of course. I mean, hey, it is painful to face the wound, right? And to really, you know, like let go of someone that you've loved a lot, right? Or to let go of a situation, you know, like from the past. But this is what will happen to you, pile number 2. And I would suggest not to be afraid of it, okay? Because sometimes with these kind of cards, people are maybe a little bit afraid, you know, like, oh, I don't want to deal with family issues. I don't want to have this card. Free yourself. Yeah, but this is your card, okay? This is your spread. This is the message from Spirit. And sooner or later, I mean, we all have to deal with these kind of stuff, right? Sooner or later, we all have to deal with these things. And I'm feeling it also has to do with authenticity, you know, like being authentic, you know, like to value your sunny sides, but also the shadow sides of your personality, the wounds, the scars, you know, the moments where you have been the victim, right? Or where you've done something wrong. Maybe you did something wrong in the past. You feel guilty. I don't know. This could also be the case here. Let go of this guilt feeling, okay? Deal with it. Let it go. For good. Maybe write a letter without sending it, you know, like, or start journaling, or I don't know, maybe talk with a very dear friend about it, you know, like open yourself in order so you can let this feeling go, whatever this feeling is. I feel like definitely things will accelerate, they will happen, they will progress, they will happen. You will probably, you know, like feel like February is going to be a very, very important month for you when it comes to actions and situations, okay? 8 of Wands is one of my favorite cards. It's a card that speaks about time and timing, okay? Things are going to happen within the next 8 days or weeks, right? Very soon, okay? Probably even 8 hours, okay? Very soon. This is one of the cards that do speak about immediate action, okay? Action, action, action. It is happening. Even if you would try to run away, you can't. Okay? Don't even try it. I mean, you can't run away. It's going to happen anyways, right? And now is a good time for you. Now you have the power. Now you have the strength to deal with these wounds. Okay? And it's, yeah, what I said. I mean, sooner or later, we all have to deal with it. Yeah, I feel like that you are on the way to find your soulmate. Remember the very, very first card that I pulled, the Unity card? This is what you want. What you want, I mean, obviously you don't want that, right? You don't want this broken heart anymore. You want to heal your wounds. This is actually why you probably came to card readings in the first place, why you started to develop this interest with spirituality and stuff like that, you know, like, you know what I mean? So obviously you want to step out of this energy, but in order to do so, in order to, you know, heal the wound and to get into this feeling of unity and community and everything, in order to find your soulmate. The cards, they all came out in reverse, interestingly enough. First of all, yeah, once again, you have to deal with it, okay? So start dealing with it. Do it now. Don't you be afraid of dealing with it. And I'm also hearing that I should recommend another fellow reader here on YouTube for you, pile number 2, which is Stargirl, the Practical Witch. I don't know if you happen to found her channel already. She has more than 100,000 subscribers, so she's very popular and famous here on YouTube. She does card readings as well, pick a card readings. So maybe you know her anyways already. And this girl, Stargirl, the Practical Witch, okay, once again, Stargirl, the Practical Witch. This is the name of her channel, okay? And she uploaded a video the other day, 11 minutes or so, where she's telling the truth about herself. The video's name is YouTube versus Reality. And I'm hearing that I should recommend this video to you so you see that you're not the only one. Okay, you are not the only one. You, pile number 2, are not the only one who has to deal with stuff, right? Sooner or later, we all have to. And she, Stargirl, is speaking about that in a very, very honest and, yeah, a very touching way. Okay, so feel free to check that video out. And it reminds me that, you know what, the others, they also do cook with water only, right? I mean, yes. It is so, okay? We're all in the same boat, actually, right? We all have our scars and wounds and traumas from the past. And yeah, I can only repeat myself. Sorry if I'm repetitively saying the same things, but I want to bring you out of the fear. I want to bring you into the love again, okay? This is actually what I'm trying to do here with this message, because I know these cards can be a little bit, you know, like triggering, but the truth is that these cards are trying to get you out of fear into love again, okay? And this is a major transit. So, yeah, this is it for pile number 2. I hope this made sense to you. And now let's move on to pile number 3, people. What's coming for you, February 2020? What's your message? If you've chosen the feather, here it is. If you've chosen the feather, what's coming? The Appearance card, Flirt, Marriage, the Wedding card, 10 of Swords. Very interesting combination, isn't it? A very interesting combination. I feel like something is coming to an end. 10 of Swords is speaking about closure. You may have been hurt tremendously in the past. Okay, and this is why you've chosen to finally close a chapter, right? You have to acknowledge, right? This first card here, the Appearance card, says to acknowledge your body. And I think that you have to acknowledge all the signs and the signals that Spirit was presenting you in the past. Okay, our guides, you know, like our angels, God, the universe, they are actually constantly talking to us. The only thing is that most of the time we do not really understand them. We don't trust in our gut feeling, right? Or we are misunderstanding things. Sometimes, I said it with one of the other piles as well, sometimes we simply do misunderstand the message, right? We hear something, we read something, we feel something, and then we, all of a sudden, you know, like, for whatever reason, we misunderstood the message, right? We simply misunderstand the message. I feel like this is something that happened to you. Maybe you had a crush on someone. Maybe you had something going on with someone and you thought this is your soulmate or your twin flame, right? And this is meant to be. And you probably even thought about, you know, like, this is the one I'm going to marry for sure. I know it. I feel it. This is what my gut is telling me, you know, like, this is the one for me. But reality was, it was just a flirt. You know, it was just something very lighthearted. It was just something, you know, like that happened, and it had no deeper meaning, right? And to understand the difference can be very painful, right? It can be very painful to see that, okay, wow, I thought this is the one for me, but truth is, it was just a flirt. It was probably just a one-night stand or a simple crush, you know? I mean, as I said before, I believe that nothing happens just like that. I don't really believe in coincidences. I think that everything happens for a reason, you know? And this way, I feel like it's good for you if you are finally at the point where you are willing to let go and where you are willing to understand the difference between a simple flirt and something that is serious and committed and long-term. You know, you have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge everything that's going on. You have to try to be as objective as possible. This is definitely your message, pile number 3. This is a very this is a very interesting spread here. I mean, it could speak about a divorce even, right? The marriage card together with the 10 of Swords. Two complete opposites, right? Complete opposites. So it could be that a divorce is going on, a breakup. And since this spread is so interesting and so, you know, like the cards are so, yeah, so different, I decided to pull a clarification card. And the clarification card was, or is, let go of your ex. So I really, really, really feel, pile number 3, within the next few days and weeks, February, you will have to let go of someone from your past. Okay? You will have to acknowledge, recognize, understand how things are. Maybe you have been very, very deep into illusions, wishful thinking, or whatever, right? Maybe you kind of lost yourself and you mixed up a simple crush, a simple flirt with something that has more meaning. But Spirit is definitely letting you know that, hey, it's time now for you to clear your energy and to let go of your ex. All your exes. I mean, maybe there's not just one ex that you have to let go of. Maybe it's just, you know, like your past in general, especially when it comes to love. This is not only a love reading, by the way. Yes, of course, especially these cards are connected to love. I mean, hey, wedding, flirt, let go of your ex. I mean, it's pretty obvious that this message has to do with love and romance and chemistry and stuff. But also, I mean, it can be for some of you out there, this is probably a message that is more related to your job situation. Maybe you have to let go your job, your company, right? Maybe they are calling you to go another direction, right? To do something different. And maybe this is something that you are thinking about already. Okay, maybe you are thinking about changing your direction. Maybe you are a teacher and now you are thinking about becoming an actress or whatever. You know what I mean? So yes, it is most likely supposed to be a love message, but not necessarily, okay? Take whatever resonates to you. Let's get 2 more clarification cards for you. Pile number 3 for the next month, February, whenever you find it. Maybe you just find it 2 weeks from now. Still, it's February. Maybe you will find it in April, right? Who knows? All these readings are based on the law of attraction at the end of the day, right? Well, I mean, I'm speechless now. Look at this. What did I just say? Spirit is calling you to choose another direction. Didn't I just say that? And now look what card came out. Choose another direction. I mean, hey, I'm telling you, we are talking about breakup, letting go, release your ex. We are talking about divorce. We are talking about choosing another direction. Okay? U-turn, change, transit, transformation. Okay? Choose another direction, my dear. Do it or don't do it. At the end of the day, I mean, don't mess with the universe, right? Because if they want you to choose another direction, believe me, they will do everything they can. So until you make it, okay? So if you are trying to refuse here, if you are trying to, no, this is not my pile. I was drawn to pile 1 anyways in the first place. You know what I mean? I mean, okay, try to ignore this message, but I'm telling you, Spirit wants you to choose another direction. And they, up there, you know, like your angels, your spirit team, God, or however you want to call it, they will do everything they can, you know, unless you've changed your direction. Believe me. Okay, you can change the pile, you can change the reader, you can change the channel, you can unsubscribe, but it is as it is. Okay, it is as it is. And the good thing is that you can manifest. Yes, probably you don't like this message. Probably you don't want to hear it, you know, like you want to choose another pile. But the good news is, if you focus on the good thing now, you can co-create. You can co-create. Choosing another direction is not necessarily something bad. Definitely not. Right? It's probably, I mean, some people out there, if you are very free-spirited, you would probably even say that, well, this is the best news ever, because I was already looking, you know, like waiting for the moment where I finally can change the direction, okay? So it is, everything is always, you know, like depending on how you see things. Some think the glass is half full, and others, they will always say, oh, it's half empty. It depends, right? But the truth is that you can co-create. Well, that was a very interesting message here, pile number 3. So yeah, this is it. I'm wishing you all the best for February. See you with the next reading, guys. Bye.